Hey guys, welcome back to the council. When we left off, I believe we were about to go in here to attend the conference that was the reason for everybody being on the island. So we're going to talk to the servant guy.
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Can I?
Monsieur de Richet,
Oh.
you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Oh, that's not the conference room? I thought that was the conference room. Well, looks like we're gonna be wandering for a minute while I find the conference room. Found some devil's thorn. So he won't let me go there. Oh god. Here we go. There's a cat hair on my monitor. Bazooms.
I have suspected it.
Okay, what's that? That is Devil's Thorn, and I have too much. Let's listen. Oh god, I can probably only talk to so many people.
She's not acting by design, is she?
Not as you represented.
I know that my mother had mentioned in a letter, Amber,
Fragment of amber.
something about Duke Godoy. Coin.
Circe.
Why are you over here by yourself, Monsieur Peru? Ooh, box.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
I have a water key. Oh, I have 2 water keys apparently.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, son? Is there not a little
But I am full of royal jelly.
At last, and
Oh, I got some more amber though.
she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not sound. You know it is not sound.
Your conjecture is totally wrong, I assure
I will use a royal jelly to fill those 2 spots, and then I will pick up a new one.
by your desire.
Are you quite sure, son? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked him at last, and he could not help answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not sound. You know it is not sound.
Your conjecture is totally wrong.
I have suspected it for some time, but now I'm convinced.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Got a golden elixir. Here's another coin. Here's another royal jelly. The game is actually like really generous with the items, but you do get a debuff if you use 4 in one chapter, I believe. But then you can just use an item to get rid of the debuff. So that's cool. All right.
I have suspected it.
Hi, guys.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin.
that is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him. Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake, sir?
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him.
Yeah.
I
Psychology.
sense that you have
I think
things
he's
you'd
weak
like
to that.
say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Your conjecture is totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected.
Then I wonder if Mortimer is the one that my mother was hiding the book from.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference.
I'm sure she's here somewhere.
Able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Indeed, I rather believe he did. I heard something.
Sorry about the lighting on my face here. There's a window right next to me, and I actually have light blocking curtains, but my cats won't like leave them closed because they like to sit in the window.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
What is this conference about?
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
I see. How does a conference work?
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
More questions. What major decisions have you already orchestrated?
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Do you meet often?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Have you been operating for long?
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Yeah. Lord Mortimer is definitely immortal, and he is like all this time, he's been shaping the way the world works. That's just that's my take. And I think maybe there's something to do with the book that my mother was hiding. Maybe she's wise to his shenanigans.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
Oh God.
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Continue.
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Oh God. Lord Mortimer. He's immune to science. I don't know his weakness. Where does this project extend? How far does this project go?
So why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We will have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
My friends, I propose we get started.
Hey, Munchie. Their eyes are gorgeous. That a lot of time was spent on the eyes. And the clothing.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order
That's
and
me.
will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I
de
hope
Richet.
he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come,
Wow,
Manuel, you're
rude.
not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
I think they spent a lot of time on her boobies too. Yes, they definitely did. They definitely did. There was a point in the game where I could have slept with her. I did not, because I didn't fully trust her. I felt like maybe she would like drug me or something. Thank them for their welcome, put Godoy in his place, give a nod without saying anything. Godoy. What? There was a letter. This letter. I want to read it. I don't remember what it said. Oh, well. She did. She was like, well, I mean, apparently the skirt comes off of that dress. So she was just like, she was in her undies and that corset top thing in my bed. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say anything about the letter. I'll just thank them for their welcome.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps
Saved you from an
we may
STD, I'm
begin,
sure.
Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
They're not savages.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor.
Got it.
I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
France will soon no longer use slavery.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue.
Yeah,
Well, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Nope. It would protect you from the Americans. It will protect you from the British.
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel. Remember, your main rival in Europe is more likely to be England, who is plowing the seas right up your coastline. Hand over Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please me.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies.
I gotta get rid of that debuff. Golden elixir. I'm doing alright, Wolfie. How are you?
I hope you know what you're doing.
God. Politics. Ugh.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
France will protect the Christians. France does not need to seek the Pope's opinion. We'll do France will protect the Christians.
Your Eminence, Have no fear over that.
God damn it.
I'm sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Linguistics. Ah. I know that.
Hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
This is called The Council. I'm actually like 3 chapters into it, 3 episodes into it. There's chapters within episodes. But there's it's third person, you walk around, there's puzzles to solve, there's choices to make that like actually affect the story. So there's opportunity to replay it, make choices that you didn't make the first time.
Sikkerheden, Emily. Ni preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Would you guys stop that? Stop that.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume. And
Gigolo.
let Gregory finish.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Oh, God. I mean, I know that it ends up happening anyway. Because history. But Jacques told me not to help Mortimer, and I really feel like Mortimer's kind of evil. So I think yeah, we're gonna go.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord, I'd rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the Order.
Louis? No.
Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, he'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately.
Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be preparing something else. What is he plotting?
What is he plotting?
I know
Reveal
about
it.
his plan.
What did you just say, Louis?
His aim is for the United States to take the whole of the North American continent.
But that is impossible.
A democratic superpower. I don't understand. That has nothing to do with the coming vote.
He will ask for France to take over Louisiana, and then hand it over to the United States, and so double the size of their territory.
Once that's done, he will just need to push a bit more, and you will lose North America, Duke Manuel.
God's blood! Has he gone mad?
No, Johann. He has always been mad.
I feel like that's true.
Louis, I would like to thank you for what you've just revealed.
Mm-hmm.
If not for you, I don't know if we'd have been capable of deciphering his plans quickly enough to be able to counter him.
What are we going to do now that we know about it?
Destroy him.
No! We'll beat him at his own game, my friends. His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel. He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means. Whatever he says, whatever he promises, you have just one response. It's war. If war is what you want, war is what you'll get. And on your own territory, in your homes. Enough games. Spain will join the coalition against France and declare war. You too, Duchess Hillsborough. You will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir David?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand?
War.
What I just told you.
Everyone goes to
We
war.
all declare war on France.
You get a war.
Militarily,
And you get a
politically,
war.
and financially.
You get a war.
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference, which promises to be most exciting. Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for siding with me today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help me counter Mortimer on his own ground. Right here. I'm sure he'll try and win some of you over. He needs our votes. Now, you leave that to me. In the meantime, I must ask you to go and see President Washington and persuade him to trust me and join us.
Am I really the right person to do this? Yes. Political intrigue and mystery. There's some occult stuff, too.
Do you really think that I'll be able to convince him?
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I have total faith in you. He likes you, and thus he won't see you coming. You must be careful, though. If he senses that you are trying to manipulate him, he'll dig in his heels. Louis, use every means at your disposal. If Washington drops Mortimer, his defeat will be complete. You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
I think I've already been in this room. Back. Oh, hi.
Let me in, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but that's impossible.
Do you know where Washington is?
I'm looking for President Washington. Would you know where he is by any chance?
Unfortunately not, sir. All I can say to sir is that the president is no longer in the conference room.
All right. I'll go looking for him myself. Thank you.
Have a good evening, sir.
Alright, maybe he's in his room. He's gonna be mad at me. It'd be cool if I didn't feel like I was on, like, Shutter Island. Oh, this is the library. Where am I even going? Library.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
What's that?
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alcudia.
Huh.
Fragment of amber.
Must have missed that box before. Oh, can't go through there. Upstairs? Yep. What room? Oh, this was the storage room. This was Elizabeth's room, wasn't it? Yeah. It's still a mess. But her body's gone. George Washington. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna...
Locked.
God dang it. Oh, there's a key? Where's this key?
A map of Connecticut.
I've already read those. Dude is not in his room. It's like, I'm gonna pick that lock. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, small key. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. I mean, I could have picked the lock.
The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity,
My God.
can't go without it.
That is a lot.
There's also a letter.
Dear Mr. President, I am returning my answer as quickly as I can. We already spoke about it before you left, but I note that things have not improved. I urge you to follow my advice and to stop taking laudanum immediately. I am already looking for a substitute, but I am afraid you won't wait. Your excessive consummation is in danger of definitively impairing your chances of securing your next mandate. Your addiction is jeopardizing the exercise of your office and duties, my friend. I regret I see no other solution but to stop your daily intake. Yours sincerely, Dr. W. Taunton. Good God.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Well, I was looking for him, but I found a dirty little secret instead.
Louis? What are you doing in my room?
I was looking for you. Flatter him.
I wanted to have a word with you, but just between ourselves. Here, the walls have ears.
You're right. Caution is the mother of safety. Well, since you're here, can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
As you wish. Well, Louis, it's getting late, and this is not my first conference, so let's get straight to the point. You are here to motivate me to change sides.
I have decided not to follow Mortimer.
I noticed. Every man must make his own choice. What can we say? That's the political game. And you did not commit to supporting Mortimer, so there's nothing for you to feel bad about. So, what can I do for you?
What was he? So every character, Wolfie has things that they are immune to and things that they're vulnerable to. Washington, apparently, I do not know yet. So that's awesome. Lies, psychology. Speak about Mortimer's plan. I'm not gonna say you're a laughing stock. I have a feeling he's immune to politics, being a politician. Let's try. We'll tell him about Mortimer's plan.
President Washington, I regret that my situation is contrary to yours, especially as I really do respect you.
Me too, Louis. Let us not mix business and emotion.
Understood. I've just come from a meeting with Sir Gregory and his supporters. They are all rallying against Mortimer's project.
That is to be expected.
Great Britain, the Kingdom of Spain and Sicily, the Kingdom of Prussia, the Holy Empire, the Kingdom of Portugal, of Bohemia, and of Hungary.
I know, Louis. I know. The coalition against France also gives me cause for concern. I'm certainly not saying that on paper Mortimer's plan seems very viable. Anyway, you haven't really said what you wanted to say. Tell me, Louis, what have you come here to sell me?
You should join home.
And why would I do that?
Shake his faith in Mortimer. Blackmail him over the laudanum. You owe me one. Out of duty to my mother. Let's shake his faith in Mortimer.
This type of meeting might be familiar to you, but for me, I must admit, Mr. President, it's all a bit over my head.
It's only natural, Louis. But you are managing rather well for a first-timer. You've chosen the wrong allies, that's all.
I hope my mother doesn't hold it against me if I made a mistake. Anyway, if Lord Mortimer does succeed, it would be no mean feat. Did he tell you what he would gain from it?
What do you mean?
Well, Mortimer's plan has been meticulously prepared for many years, I imagine.
Of that you can be sure.
It's only natural, and his plan leaves nothing to chance.
No, that's what...
He never commits his own fortune, let alone his reputation, since you're the one who takes center stage here.
It's true.
Whether he wins or loses, everything is arranged so that he comes out of it intact.
Yes,
You've got to hand it to him, though. He's a master at putting together a plan which puts himself at no risk.
That's true.
Yeah,
Don't
it
worry.
is.
You can trust him.
Of course. I'll bet he's invested in a river transport company on the Mississippi or somewhere like that.
It's true I had never thought about what he might have to gain. Tell me what Sir Gregory has to offer that I don't already have with Lord Mortimer.
I've been streaming, Herco. I stream pretty late because of my work schedule. Let's see. Keep what you already have. You would be able to win colonies, a small fortune. Promise him Louisiana too. Peace. It's in the best interest of the American people. The best interest of the American people.
You are a man of conviction, Mr. President. You would never make a choice that could cost the American people very dearly. If Mortimer falls, he will bring the United States down with him. Haven't the American people suffered enough?
I would never do anything that would put my people in danger.
Exactly. Therefore, choose your allies wisely, sir.
I must admit, your arguments do make sense.
I win!
Louis, you convinced me. I congratulate you for your performance, because I didn't think it could happen.
I merely exposed the facts to you.
Don't spoil everything with your false modesty now. You really were very good, and that's that. In any case, I shall follow you on this one. This may well arouse Lord Mortimer's wrath, but I must put the United States before anything else. Have we finished, Louis?
Absolutely, Mr. President. I shan't keep you any longer. Allow me to take my leave.
Good night, Louis. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very big day.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. The only thing left to do
Tomorrow's
is wait
another
for
day.
to resume tomorrow morning.
Go to bed. I wonder if I can go into Emily's room. What's she hiding? I mean, besides her twin sister who... I can't go in there. It's probably not going to let me go into anyone's room but my own. That's mine. I don't think I've been in Duke Godoy's room.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I have to think about that one.
Don Quixote. Oh, I can go out on his balcony. That's cool. Key with an air occult symbol.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Notice something.
It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter.
Oh?
Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Sir Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Translate.
So, let's see what it says.
My dear Pepita, I feel so guilty at being so far away from you again, even if it's for the good of my country. I feel awful at having to leave you after a silly little spat because you are the only woman I loved, Josefa, forever. I told you before, everything I have, everything I can offer you, I owe to the affection of the Queen. Let's stay united, please, even in sacrifice, for the two of us, for our future children. Stop being jealous. You are the only one who fills my thoughts. Everything else is just a game, I swear. ...
It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Lord Duke, here's the information obtained by our intelligence service. I can confirm that Mr. Hay is indeed working on an agreement with Great Britain. The aim seems to be to weaken the French economy, and secretly that of the Spanish, by seizing merchandise at sea. Our treasuries are already suffering from the embargo on French food products. Such a treaty would mean the ruin of our colonies. I have no doubt that you will be able to swiftly find a diplomatic solution, awaiting further instructions.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Kind of funny. Looked at that already.
Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar. Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
Is that a book? Yes.
Maria Louisa of Parma. Although not Godoy's true love, the Queen is his benefactress according to some people.
Alright, good night, Wolfie. It was great having you in here again. I missed you.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Alright, let's go out on the balcony. Gotta use the other door. Because I can't move chairs. Wait, whose room is this? Oh,
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Not at all.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, congratulations on choosing Sir Gregory this evening. You surprised me. I wasn't expecting it.
Why, Emily? Can't you read me like an open book?
Not as well as you read me, it would seem.
I'll teach you if you'd like.
There's nothing I'd like more.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Hey. Oh, God. Speak about Emma.
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Well.
Come, Louis.
Are we gonna have another
My
vision?
friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted.
Why isn't he with us? He was opposed to Mortimer.
I'll wait and see. I'm still not sure of his position.
And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about it.
She's busy.
Oh, isn't it
Yes.
time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard,
It's already
he
taken
is
care of.
Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. I have asked Monsieur de Richet to approach him. Let us have faith in him. I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
Yet he is Mortimer's strong arm in France.
He knows his time has come, and I believe he's intelligent enough to realize it means he is no longer any use to Mortimer. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Does he know? Oh my god. Does he know that was me? Yes, Munchie. Sir Gregory is quite ugly.
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Emily? Emily?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
Mm-hmm. I thought there was a note by my bed. I wanted to read it.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luke Manuel?
Against, of course.
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project.
Of course
Despite
you are.
Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What?
What?
So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte, I would rather you'd have forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well,
For sure.
that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you
What?
been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille!
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord.
Oh god. Oh
It shall
god.
no longer work for you.
Intervene.
Wait.
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you?
No, I can't.
Stop trying to play the hero, man.
I can't help it. I have to play the hero. Psychology, I believe, is one of his weaknesses, yes? Vulnerable to psychology, yes. He doesn't deserve that.
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things.
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Logic. Let's stand together. It's going to be all right. Do.
I'm sure we can work things out.
But you don't know him.
Let's stay united, Jack. He's nothing without us.
Really?
Trust me.
Be firm.
Jack, don't shoot. Give me the gun. Come on.
Sorry, Louis.
Uh-oh. I was doing so well. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, there's so many things that I didn't do. Well, Oh god. I can read a book for another point in etiquette.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise Louis's gesture anyway. You did what you could.
Yes, it was very noble of you, Louis.
It wasn't your fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Cultism, manipulation, psychology, subterfuge. I mean, I'm pretty good on all of this other stuff.
Louis, I wanted to talk to you a moment about what has happened. All this is tragic, but I wanted to thank you for doing what you could.
I wasn't able to save him.
You couldn't, Louis. You mustn't blame yourself. It is not your fault.
I wonder if I had gone to Washington's room last. Like, if I had gone to the other people's rooms and then gone to Washington's room. If I would have been able to find out, like, stuff. Is it your fault, Mortimer?
I know this has nothing to do with me, my lord, but don't you think you're partly to blame? It won't escape your attention that he incriminated you before he took his own life.
I heard what he said, yes. Monsieur Peru appeared to blame me for his condition. I certainly encouraged him to succeed, but I wasn't aware he couldn't handle the pressures of the situation. Of course, his duties in Paris were very difficult. The choices he had to make were burdensome. But that was the path he had chosen. Should I not have helped him to succeed, perhaps? You heard him yourself. His duties as judge got the better of him.
Did you push him into it?
I wouldn't say push, but I did encourage him, yes. I thought it was my duty to help him as much as I could to become the court judge he dreamed of being. I thought he was capable of it. It appears I was mistaken, unfortunately. What a pity he didn't come and speak to me. What a waste.
What are your plans now?
What do you mean?
For the conference. After the disappearances of both Elizabeth Adams and my mother, and now the death of Mr. Perlu, I should imagine that your guests are all packing their bags.
This might come as a bit of a shock to you, perhaps because it was so difficult to bring all these figures together. But I am convinced that none of them is preparing to leave.
But that is immoral. What do you mean?
Are you serious?
They are all very experienced politicians. And though they are, of course, affected by the situation, they know full well that such an opportunity will not come again for a long, long time, if ever. They each represent their nation, and know full well that what is at stake here is far greater than the death of poor Monsieur Peru. You'll see. I am confident that they will all be ready to resume the conference.
If you say so. Allow me to take my leave, please.
Of course. You ought to get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. What a
One
pity
more
you didn't
thing.
support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
I'll think about it. Or thank you, but no.
I'm flattered, my lord, but I don't know what could possibly make me change my mind.
Please, don't refuse me my last hope.
Don't mix hope with illusion, my lord.
And you, illusion with strategy, my friend.
You win. I'll let you have the last word. I'll see you later, my lord.
Go back to your room. But what if I want to go back to other people's rooms? Like, what if I want to snoop? Non-vulgar.
Congratulations, Monsieur de Richet. You made the right decision at the conference. What can I do for you?
Speak to him about Peru's behavior. Any news of the Al-Azif? That's very important.
Do you have any news regarding your search for the Al-Azif?
Good. You are straight to the point this time. I appreciate that. I shall allow myself to reply only because we are now on the same side. But keep it to yourself. My search is over. We have it.
You do? Immune to occultism. Where is it?
Congratulations. You were quicker than me.
Oh, don't blame yourself. You had no chance of getting the better of Sir Gregory.
Well, at least I tried. So, tell me, where did you find it?
Would you believe that your mother gave it to Emily's twin sister before we arrived on the island?
Oh, really?
Apparently she asked her to hide it, and once she had done so, your mother intended to kill her. But Emma, Emily's sister, survived. So Gregory realized this and hid her in his apartment to tend to her, without anyone knowing. When she came around, Emma rallied to Sir Gregory and told him where the Al-Azif was. And that was it. That's one good thing. Done and dusted.
Is anything wrong?
Oh, well, if I were you, Louis, I would be careful. Emma is still alive, and when your mother turns up, I wouldn't be surprised if she considers she has a score to settle with her.
You're right. It's quite probable.
Yeah?
I think that Sir Gregory will do all he can to calm the situation down, but there's no guaranteeing that she won't find a way of taking her revenge on your mother. However, keep it to yourself. We never spoke to each other.
Thank you for this information, sir.
Oh, don't mention it, Louis. It's natural. We are playing on the same side now. You can always count on me.
On that note, I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Oh, not at all, Louis. Come back whenever you want.
I'll see you later.
So, had I not sided with Sir Gregory, he might not have told me that. I might not have known.
Your Eminence.
Ah, Louis. You were admirable. Didn't manage to save Peru. But whatever you do, don't blame yourself. You did your best.
Thank you.
I didn't actually. I didn't want to use my points.
It's not going to help matters for Mortimer. Now he has one less vote for the conference.
He doesn't look too put out, though.
You don't seem too affected by it, though.
Louis, I do not appreciate
Oh.
which I will put down to the indiscretion.
I was talking about Mortimer. I
am
didn't
here
think
in
that
the
that was
interests
directed
of
at
the
him.
Holy See. But I am above all a Christian, and it hurts me to see lost souls take a wrong turn.
Of course, of course. But even with such a setback, I'd still be wary of Mortimer. I sense he has still a few surprises in store for us.
Oh, I fully agree with you. I've been told about Washington. Congratulations. I must admit, though, when I first saw you, I would never have put money on you succeeding. Well, I was wrong.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
On that note, I shall leave you, Louis. I see you later.
Okay, bye. Washington. I already looked in his room. I wonder if I can look in Peru's room now that he is deceased. I can't go in there. That's my room. Wait. I don't want to go back to my room yet. Godoy. I already looked in his room. Oh, coin. I wonder if I can do that balcony thing. Napoleon. Oh, is he not here?
The Battle of Alexander Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over the darkness. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. It's a beautiful weapon. A Lily Damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Oh, Napoleon is immune to conviction. Scooter, stop! You are making so much noise.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, into open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Scooter does this thing where he likes to sit on my lap and shred my jeans.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Yes, Scooter, I hear you. Oh God, your breath.
I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access
You
Monsieur Pierre's
Scooter.
room while we gather his personal effects.
I already mentioned it yesterday. Either to you or to someone else. Impossible to tell with you people.
Yes, sir.
Your yes is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good. Proceed.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Sorry, de Richelieu. I have no time for traitors such as yourself.
I beg your pardon?
If you are here, it's because Lord Mortimer agreed to include you. And what's the first thing that you do? You betray him by following Sir Gregory and bending over backwards to turn Washington against him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was free to vote as I pleased. I didn't realize I had to vote for Lord Mortimer in order to show my gratitude toward him. Hey, he invited me here to come and look for my missing mother during his high society party. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I don't know all your customs yet.
It's just common decency that when invited to a man's castle, you don't go and to pee on his boots. Is it too much to ask?
I guess it is.
Ow, Scooter, ow. That really hurt. Guess I have been around to all the rooms that I could go to. I really want to search Emily's room. Where is it? Scooter? Really? Really? Napoleon? Where? Ah, Scooter, my god. He just slammed his head into my mouse hand. Where even is Emily's room? Scooter. Please stop tearing up my jeans.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
What? Who's there?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother.
What?
She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry.
Stop
Louis,
Scooter.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just trying to find Emily's room. And I have no idea where it is. It's not marked like the rest of them anymore. Hi, Scooter. I really want to search his room too. Scooter, please. Good God. Stop. Alright, obviously I need to take a kitty break because Scooter is trying to break my monitor. So I will be back. Okay, I am back. Scooter has calmed down, and I have a snack. Okay. This is Elizabeth's room. We were looking for Emily. This is my room again. Can I do the balcony thing?
Monsieur de Richet, I have no time. I was about to join Sir Gregory. Come back later.
Okay.
All right. I'll be off then. Thank you.
Oh my god. I was running past it the entire time because it's like hidden right here.
I do believe that's Emily's voice. Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily! I can't understand what she's saying.
Try to pick the lock. Yeah, let's do that.
I can't open it. It must be blocked on the other side. I'll have to find another way in, quick.
The balcony thing. Yeah? Whose room is this? Napoleon. He said that the servants kept leaving his window open.
Damn it. It's closed. Seems like the key is still in the lock on the other side. That means I won't be able to pick it. Or I could do as I did the last time in the tower room.
Look at the gap between the door and the floor.
I wonder if I can get the key by pushing something underneath and making it fall.
What can I push underneath it though?
A map? This should do the trick.
I'll just borrow this.
Perfect. This card should do the trick. Slowly, Louis. Nice and slow.
Woohoo!
I must act fast.
Kind of want to look at his stuff, though.
As previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
Finesse. Hi.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works, and you know it full well. I'm not that naive. I know you inside out. Stop. We'll end up
A letter
losing
from William the Younger addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
2 coils circle the lock.
Pick it.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier for whom Mortimer predicts a promising future. Take heed. He is a man of conviction, which to my mind makes him potentially dangerous. As for Sarah de Richet, what more is there to say? You already know each other. She was apparently invited by Lord Mortimer about an ongoing matter in Paris that concerns a receiver in stolen art. See you soon. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Right. I've retrieved everything.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you till my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham. The Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Ladies.
What on earth is... You... Mother?
Mom?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk after everything I've done for you.
Oh God.
You're joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to...
Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Uh-oh.
After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I
ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You pretty little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me? Go on then, shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot! Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her.
Oh,
what
God.
are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well...
This has happened before?
You know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Oh, hey, Mom's still alive.
Let's see.
Rational and
How can I
open.
tell them apart?
Okay.
Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival,
Ask the twin in front. Ask the twin behind. What did you give me? I don't remember being given anything.
on the wharf, something happened to me. What was it?
A malaise. The moment you arrived, you felt ill, and I offered to help while Piaggi went up. And you turned me down flat.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
How did Mortimer welcome us?
On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire.
Uh-oh.
Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll.
Speak to... Did we see each other?
Do you remember if we saw each other that night or not?
No, not after going up to bed. That doesn't prove a thing. I was the one who told you that. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
We found ourselves in Mortimer's secret gallery. What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called Pandora's box in the form of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the Golden Fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there. That's enough! I
I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us.
Yeah, let's. I feel like she's immune to manipulation. She's vulnerable to psychology, immune to questioning and logic.
Last night, when you came to my room, what exactly did you expect from me?
God damn it.
Exactly what happened. I was hoping you would share your bed with me. What?
Which I did.
And it was delicious, sir. What do you mean, it was delicious? You little slut. What did you do? Believe it or not, Louis, out of fear of her jealousy, I didn't tell Emma that we spent last night together. I hate you!
Wait.
That's enough, both of you.
No. Emma. I slept with Emma. Didn't I? Emily actually likes me. Emily is the one who's mad now.
Now I know who the real Emily is. It's you, Emily.
No, Louis! She is manipulating you!
No, Emma. It's her. I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma. You little slut! Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now. Never! I am Duchess Hills. No!
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't! Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
Mom!
What on earth is...
Go away! You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I am coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please. Go. I'll cover you.
Well, that happened.
Good God. They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Can I, like, distract them?
I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
What about... What's his face's room? I still can't go in Piaggi's room. That makes me sad. I'm sure he's got secrets that I would just love to uncover. Von Volner. Oh. That was Mr. Peru's room, and I can't go in there. Do-do-do-do.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Oh, there's royal jelly there? Might as well.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
I think that's still... Oh, wait, yeah. Carmelite water. I was gonna say I think that's Devil's Thorn, but apparently I was mistaken.
Golden elixir.
Ew. Nope. This freaking hedge maze. There we go. Oh, Mother. You got some splaining to do. Like,
Louis,
what the heck happened to your hand?
There you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
To do
Time is
what?
running out, Louis. First, we must.
No.
I'm so confused right now,
I won't
Mom.
go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here.
Yes.
I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here
Try
for
me.
you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only. Louis,
I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true.
Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Okay.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No.
These are not creatures.
They look like
legs,
Lord Mortimer.
Your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess.
Mortimer and Holm?
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No. Even if Holm does look the part.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice
Oh my
anything?
god. So I definitely believe her about Mortimer. Like everything, I don't know, everything that I found points to Mortimer being some kind of immortal, manipulative being. At first I was like, Holm too? I mean, he's weird, but then I remembered that every time I had a vision and Holm was in the vision, he saw me. He knew I was there. So he's some kind of supernatural critter too. Yes. Property deeds, his family tree.
I came across his family tree in his study.
An only son.
Since the Third Crusade.
The fall of St. John of Acre, Louis. The fall of St. John of Acre.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? Yes, I did. Why?
Too bad. We'll deal with it later.
What? Oh, God.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you.
Yay!
You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him. Or rather, he found me. He was young, charismatic. He was flamboyant.
Mortimer?
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry.
Oh god, he wants my body. I'm the youngest person here. He wants my body.
He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us.
How did Von Borchardt get the book?
I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the Order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
I would like to know. I don't know her immunities. I have to sneeze. Sorry.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice? Did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case.
Well, yeah.
It was precisely to save him from his
From
father.
his father, yeah.
Did I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the
Probably
child?
because she was giving
For
birth
the
to a
moment,
demon child.
That is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed Von Borchardt's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing.
What happened with Elizabeth? What happened with Emma? I know what happened with Emma.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I must know.
But I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Who killed her?
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
What happened with Emma?
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
No.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
Why the cannons?
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
We're talking about a war.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
I found your letter on the wharf. A Piaggi's letter.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Okay.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel, but frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
Your hand.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
Like here on this island or here in this
There.
crypt?
That's why we are here.
Oh, is that what happened to her hand? Could have been a witness of Napoleon Bonaparte's resolution. At least I didn't miss so much in this chapter, good God. Four points. To etiquette, finish off.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
I know where the nails are. They're in his secret study. The Gutenberg Bible is in that storage room with the paintings of all the disciples. The exegesis of Judas, I want to say that was in the secret room behind the fireplace. The cross, I wonder if that's the cross that's around Piaggi's neck.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
That.
Jesus. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it.
Okay.
It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
That's what I thought.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
Okay. The nails are in his secret study, I'm pretty sure.
Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
Yep.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
Yeah, and there were
Remember
3.
what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and
6466
6466 to exit.
Of course.
The Gutenberg Bible is in that
This is the
storage
book in which
room.
you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough,
Mhm.
isn't it?
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see. There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous.
Yeah, it's huge.
If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates, exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful.
Yeah.
If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island?
Yeah.
Do you find that normal?
That's...
You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us.
And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is
6466. Yep, 6466. Well, these three are all that I can equip, so I guess I'm gonna equip those. Alright. I have to look. I have to look for the cross.
This is Cersei.
That's a coin. So she had her hand chopped off. She was running. Ah, there it is.
Cross of Claymont the Third. Perfect. And one key found.
Coins, coins. Makes me think of that episode of Scooby-Doo with the mummy, and he kept going, coin, coin, coin. That was old Scooby-Doo. Okay. Back to the surface we go. Nope, not this way. Oh my god.
Chinese coin.
Oh, hey. That is so dark. Back inside.
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise, I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings. Now, where can I find a smaller one?
I think I remember seeing a smaller one somewhere, but I don't. Oh, I don't remember.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. The lantern is already in the right position, turned toward the shield. The sword toward the Gorgon. That's good. It's in the right place. That statue is not positioned correctly.
Toward the hero with the shield.
Open sesame.
Mm-hmm.
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
A fragment of amber.
Ooh.
Given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur. Caesar's laurel wreath. Mortimer really is what my mother says he is. It could mean... No, that's impossible. No, not Caesar.
Wow.
So that's the exegesis of Judas.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why. Never mind. Now it's too late.
Yep. I done opened it. I done did it.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Right. I need to go to... I need to go to his study. I need to go to the storage room. And I need to remember where that sphere was. Oh, I can come back in here now. That's Royal Jolly.
not too shocked?
I beg your pardon?
About Peru this morning. I asked you if you weren't too shocked by it all.
Diversion?
And yourself? Not too shook up?
The only thing that matters to me about that stupid man Peru is the disastrous situation in which it puts us for the conference vote. I wonder why Mortimer even attempted to roam around the manor arc. He was a veritable public danger.
Indeed. You don't seem to be too affected. Tell me. I was wondering.
Ask about the armillary sphere.
You wouldn't know where to find an armillary sphere, would you?
Do you really think this is the right time? Oh, ask
Yes.
Olner. I am sure he will know. What with him being passionate about astronomy, you ought to get on fine together. Leave me now. I need to think of a solution.
Okay.
I won't keep you any longer. See you later, monsieur.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
I was wondering if you could help me out.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
No. I thought I could ask him about the sphere. Then goes to the dining hall. Oh. I know where the Bible is, so I'm just gonna come up here and can I talk to Emily?
Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice. King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
A letter from William.
Oh, yeah, I've already looked at that.
He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Madam, thank you for consoling me.
I guess I can't talk to Emily. Oh well. Maybe her story arc is done. Oh, I can come in here now.
Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Because my dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the
Oh yeah, I've already read this.
I'll retrieve it later.
The choice of the paintings in the rooms for the sole purpose of mindfuckery is just like, it's pretty awesome. It in a bad way, in a bad way.
Dear friend.
That's the invitation from Mortimer. Oh gosh. I wish I'd been able to find out his secret. I missed so much in that chapter. I have so many regrets.
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted.
God damn it.
Mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
But I'm disconcerted. I can get rid of that. Diversion, manipulation. What is he? I don't know his... Let's try manipulation.
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old paper.
God damn
That's
it.
all.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Well, he's in there. So I'm just gonna take it.
The Bible's still there.
Hey, look, there.
No, I don't see anything.
Come, Louis, look. Someone's clearly drawn a 4 in the dust. I have
What?
a clue.
Yes.
He's going to be disappointed when he sees the Bible has disappeared.
Definitely a clue. You keep on keeping on, sir. Yeah. Okay. Up we go. Is he in his office? No, he is not. Good, good. this first. 1191.
This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Mm-hmm. Pull the lever.
Of course. It's locked.
I want to know where that goes. Okay, we've read all of this.
There.
We need those
Those are the
nails.
I noticed they were
Analyze?
old and rusty, but I hadn't noticed these traces of. Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it.
Take. An armillary sphere. I don't know where to find that.
All right, come on, let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
6466. Can I put the painting back down? No? Okay. Painting is staying up then. Let's find Von Volner. And ask him if he has seen an armillary sphere. He is not here. Found coin though.
Golden elixir. The alchemist is an old man.
Where would he... Oh god, there it is, there it is.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time.
Haha.
I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Let's GTFO. Yes. God damn it. Here we go. Hey, Monica! Sorry, I was like really caught up in what I was doing. I wasn't really paying attention to chat. Alright, I got stuff.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Cross, nails.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
What did she
What theme
choose?
did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
I've been good, Monica. Alright.
My turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Okay. So the cross.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Towns. Let's look at Bethesda.
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
I am still into games that scare the crap out of you. And me too. Find the equivalent in the Gutenberg Bible. I'll go back to the lexicon. Themes. Maybe crucifixion? Since there's a cross and we have to put nails in something?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Find the equivalent in the Gutenberg Bible.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
So... what towns are on here? Analyze the fresco.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her.
I feel like the theme is going to be the crucifixion. Let's analyze the fresco anyway.
Yes, it's definitely a representation of the birth of Christ, but some of the details have flaked away. I can't see any other clues. One thing is for sure, this enigma deals with the life of Jesus, like my mother said.
Notice the details.
You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more.
Understand the acronym NRI.
Why, of course. They're part of the initials INRI that you can find on the cross of Jesus at his crucifixion.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's the crucifixion. I thought so because we had to put a cross down first, and now we're sticking nails into something.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Recognize the towns?
These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ.
It's not really scary. It's more of a, like, mystery, intrigue, adventure game. Alright. I need to... Crucifixion.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
19 verse 17.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Golgotha is not in there.
Chapter 3, verse 18.
No.
Words truly pronounced in Abagash. It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Read the inscription.
Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Cool. 1917. Golgotha. Haha. Align discs to match the chosen thematics. And pull the
Well
trigger.
done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Put in your hand. I am not putting my hand in there.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels.
Analyze the wheels of the icons.
There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection. The waves represent the baptism of Jesus. It's more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it surely links the red herring that my mother followed. Then, the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
So there are verses that are aligned. And I guess the icons need to be aligned with those. Analyze the Wheel of Dates.
It's made up of one or two figures and one letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
Okay. Moons?
This wheel represents the different moons. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
So the new moon would be the crucifixion?
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Okay. Oh, God. Okay, so that's how I turn the wheels. Why do I need this? That's the moon cycles. Oh.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter. 8th of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent.
Interesting. So that's why I needed this.
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
Alright, so towns. We'll start with Bethlehem.
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph. on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid.
What was the date, though?
Verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the
27th
of
Taveth,
3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
Oh god, this is one of those times I'm gonna have to like write things down. So, I will be right back. I'm gonna get something to write with. Okay. Back to the lexicon. So, since I know what town he was crucified in, we'll start with that.
Chapter 19, verse 17.
Let's get the date.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan,
8th of Nisan,
3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Nisan. Nisan would be April. April 8th. Yes. April 8th. So the crown of thorns goes with here. The crown of thorns goes with April 8th, and then test the moon cycles. Oh, Talia, come on, over here. Come on, you can't be on my keyboard, you know that. Um, 8th of Nisan. Wait, 8th of Nisan, which is 7 Shaban. Oof.
7th of Shaban, 607.
First quarter. Ah. Oh god. Why? Ouch. It was April 8th. And then first quarter. Oh, they need to. Wait. What is that? Oh, that's blood. Talia, come on. Good God. These cats. Ah. Ow. Ow. Babe, your claws hurt. First quarter. Which one is first quarter? Does it go clockwise? Mm. Ow. Ow. You're making this really difficult. You know that. So... Now she's licking my fingers. Oh god. I hope this is right. Watch me lose my frickin' hand.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck. I never doubted you, my son.
Thank God. Could have reviewed the conference results with Manuel Godoy. Alright, so we are at the end of... Oh my goodness. That was only the end of episode 3. We've still got 2 more whole episodes, guys. Holy crap. I think this is a good stopping point, though. So, I am gonna stop it here. And we are gonna find somebody to raid. Whoa, Twitch got a makeover. Let's raid Herco. Herco is awesome. Thank you everybody for stopping by and hanging out. I love you all. We got 2 whole episodes ahead of us still, so stay tuned.